Welcome to the Smart Couple podcast and show here, streaming live from Boulder, Colorado. And as you know, this podcast show is really for people that are into growth and development because you get and understand that growing and evolving yourself is what it takes to have a strong relationship with someone over time. You can't really do it otherwise. I always like to challenge people. Yeah, sit on your ass and let's see if you get a good relationship. Never own anything. Never learn about yourself. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. All right. And I don't hear from those people. So, um, and it's appropriate to feel embarrassed or ashamed that you really don't know what you're doing, because those emotions are feedback to help you pay attention and learn, right? If I go learn a new dance, if I go to a new salsa class and I've never been, and there's a bunch of people around that kind of know what they're doing, I'm going to feel a little ashamed and like a little inadequate, right? And I may leave that salsa class and never come back because I don't like the feeling of feeling inadequate. But all of us feel inadequate in a relationship at some point. You just get shown where you're weak and where you're a victim and where you're helpless. And that doesn't have to be a problem. It's really helpful so that you can then put attention on that area. It could be your sex life. It could be the way you do conflict. It could be the way you raise your voice. It could be the way you shut down. And it'll continue to repeat until you put attention on it, right? So relationships are so helpful for us to help us see where we're stuck and where we're limited. All right. So really, I just feel grateful for my wife, my kids, and people close to me because they show me where I can be bigger, where I can love more, and I'm not loving. I'm not stepping into it, and I like that. Even though sometimes I don't. Okay, and sometimes it feels bad. So welcome to the show that will help you have a realistic relationship by facing yourself and by looking in the mirror. Cool. So let's get into our question of the day. And this is a good one that I think is going to pertain to everybody here. And it has to do with needs. So I just for the people that are live listening, I want you to practice this. If you feel up for a little challenge here, type in the chat box there or below in the comments, I need, and then just put one thing you need when it comes to a relationship. I need kindness. I need support. I need to be spoken to in a respectful way. So just to play, if you want to play that game right now, finish that sentence. I need. And if you don't want to, because that feels too vulnerable to be public about it, then do it in your own mind. Write it down on a piece of paper right now. Type it on your computer or your phone. I need. All right. Okay. And I'll read some of these here. I need words spoken to me more kindly. I need to feel loved. I need understanding. I need a partner who shares my commitment to growth and development. I need to be heard and not fought on little things. I need emotional support. I need feelings validated and heard. Yeah. Good needs. Anyone else got a need they want to share? I need. We're just playing a little game here because we all have needs and we're all needy in relationship. I need growth, Steven says. Yeah. Anyone else? We're playing the I need game. And it's fun, like to own that you have needs. All right. For the more masculine oriented partner, sometimes a man, sometimes not, it can be really shameful to admit that you have needs, and it's ridiculous to not have needs. We all have needs in a relationship. I need to feel safe. I need my partner to touch me sometimes. I need open conversation, honesty. Camille says, I need reassurance. Anyone need reassurance? I need reassurance sometimes when I'm freaking out and feeling insecure and scared. Anna's saying I need time alone. Great. Okay, so let's get into the question. And this conversation around needs is going to make more sense. All right. So this question is from Laura. Hey, Jayson, you asked me to email a bit more. Okay, Laura was on a live webinar a while back, and then she brought up, I said, ooh, that's going to be a good podcast question. So she followed up. Thanks, Laura, for this. So she says, I'd love to hear more about the possible distinction between standing in one's own needs. This is how I need to feel heard. This is what I need to feel loved. This is the personal growth work I need my partner to undertake. And then the problematic zone of asking or expecting a partner to change. Okay, she's wanting me to speak about that distinction. And then she says, asking for change in certain areas seems reasonable, and I use my own potential reaction to being asked to change as a measure. Would I respond well to my partner asking me to change in this area? But some areas seem tricky, such as the love languages. XYZ behavior that is hard for you is actually what most supports me feeling loved and seen, etc. Could you speak to this? Thanks, Laura. Really good one here, Laura. So yeah, there's one way to think about this that feels really essential to me, and that is, what do you need for yourself in the relationship? What do you need? I need touch. If I start to say, I need you to change in this fundamental way, I need you to be into growth and development, it gets trickier, but it's still valid. Honey, I need you, that's about the other person, to talk to me in a tone of voice that feels safe to me. Okay, again, completely reasonable. And if I'm the other person and I care about my partner, I'm going to be up for that, because that is a need I want to meet as a partner. I'm going to be like, oh, you need me to talk to you a certain way. Okay, if that would help you, I'm up for that. I can do that for you. And because I know it's going to help me, right? And it's for the relationship. So an example of maybe where someone's like, you're trying to get me to change. I need you to get in shape, for example. It's like, you got to ask yourself, if your partner's like really out of shape and never exercises or something, and maybe they're not feeling healthy, not looking healthy, maybe it's just a really intense situation, and you say, I need you to exercise. Well, do you? In order to love them, do you need them to be that way? And is that need, you got to ask, where's the need coming from? Is it to help you feel safe? Or is this a more superficial need that it's more of like a complaint and a preference that would have you feel maybe more attracted or more inspired or something like that? Another tricky one might be, I need you to make more money. What do we do with that? Well, that might be a really valid need. I need to feel safe in my nervous system, and I'm home with the kids, and you're the one earning the money. And for us to actually put food on the table and afford the school we want to go to and the rent we want to have, I need you to step up and make that happen. Otherwise, we need to reevaluate these roles, and maybe I need to go out and earn the money while you stay home with the kids. Or maybe we both need to work and I need to consider, more childcare or something like that. But do you see where I'm going? Like, the needs are valid. And if we truly care about our partner, we will step up to the plate and say, got it. I'm up for that because it's going to benefit us. And what ends up happening a lot of times is people perceive that as a threat and as a big win-lose. Like, well, if you need that from me, I lose. If you're seeing it that way, you got to learn how to see it in a way that's win-win for you. You got to be like, okay, how is me earning more money a win for the relationship and for me? And can I get behind that? Can I be like, okay, I want to meet that need, honey. Cool. And a lot of us just need simple stuff. Okay, I'm using more maybe extreme materialistic type examples, but a lot of us need simple things like I need touch. I need you to um, kiss me goodnight. I need you to, before you leave for work, I need a hug. When I'm upset, I need a hug. When I'm upset, I don't want a hug. I need you to just listen. When I'm upset, I need you to learn how to listen in a way that helps my nervous system relax and helps me calm down. We get to ask for those needs. You can ask for those needs. And again, if you're with a good person who is into you, they'll say, yeah, I'm up for that. I don't know how. I need to learn shit. Or they'll say, they might get a little defensive, like, because I used to promote the old thing of like, hey, you know, you're relying on me to feel okay. And that's a problem. And you need to be okay on your own. And I used to promote that. And now, thanks to the work of Stan Tatkin and, you know, neurobiology and me understanding the brain and the nervous system more, I'm like, oh no, that's actually what most of us need. We need our partner to be safe, to act safe, and to help us feel safe. Okay, because we are pack creatures. We're not meant, we're meant to be together, and we feel safe in the herd, and we feel safe in a tribe, and we feel safe when we're together, safer, right? And so if our primary partnership is unsafe, that's a big problem. And we need to learn how to make it safer. And both parties need to be involved in that. So if you have one person not on board, then and is like, no, it's not my job to make you feel safe, then find a new partner. Because it's a really valid need of yours to want to feel safe and ask your partner, hey, I need to feel safe here. And there's some things you can do. I'm going to name 5 things you could do that would help me feel safe. And then here's the other thing that my wife keeps teaching me, which is great, that if you're with someone, especially long term, you should know what they need. You really should know what they need. And rather than ask them, well, hey, what do you need? Because I did that for years with my wife. What do you need, honey? And she'd just go blank. I don't know. When she was in a hard spot. But I actually knew what she needed. So it's my job to meet her need. Okay, I need connection. I need closeness. I need you to not have a tone of voice. I need you to be gentle with me right now. I need space, let's say. You know, and I know I should know all the things she needs to feel safe, and she should know all the things I need to feel safe. And I know it's weird to talk about an adult relationship. Like, what do you mean you don't feel safe? But we're talking about the nervous system here. We're not talking about your cognition. Like, I'm safe. Like, what are you talking about? I live in Boulder, Colorado. No, I live in an intense marriage where one little blip in our connection, and all of a sudden I might not feel safe. So my wife and I consistently and continuously work at how to help each other feel safe. Because it's when we feel safe that we kick ass in life and we can accomplish so much more together. You know what I'm saying? Stephen, I feel like my wife thinks I need too much. Well, she probably has disowned needs. None of us need too much. We need exactly what we need. To an outsider, it might look like, wow, this person needs a lot and that person needs very little. Most of us grew up in families where we had to squelch and stuff our needs because had we really owned our needs, our family would have gotten really freaked out and upset, and we might have gotten hit or left or neglected. So we learn to be good boys and girls and be independent in the world. And that you become an adult who's fiercely independent, who fits right in with this culture. And that's great for, being self-reliant out in the business world or, out in the wilderness. Like, I can stand up for myself. That's great. The trickier, much more challenging thing is to have needs and learn how to express them with a partner, another human being, and help each other out with that. Much more challenging. Yeah. So that's a good stopping point, I think. Much more to say about needs, by the way. Ellen and I will do more podcasts on this, but I wanted to, speak to Laura's thing. And let me just wind that back up, that per her question, is yeah, we are asking our partner to change by meeting our need. We are asking that. We're saying, yes, I need you to meet a need because you're currently not meeting it. So I need to know if you're up for meeting that need or not. Are you willing to meet my need? Yes or no? And they get to say no. And then that relationship is probably over, especially if it's a big need. I teach in my courses, I teach about non-negotiable needs. And so a good question I'll leave you with is to ask your part, get clear on your needs, just a couple of needs. I need you to speak to me in a kind tone of voice. I need touch. I need a hug before work. I need a hug after work. I need you to make dinner tonight. I'm tired. Those kind of things, get clear, and then ask your partner, are you up for meeting that need, honey? Would you be willing to try? Would you be willing to go all in with me on this? Because it's what I need. And if they get to say no. Ideally, if you're with a good person, they're going to say, okay, wow, that's new information, but let me see if I can do that for you. And their own baggage might prevent them, but what we care about is the intent and the consistent trying to, like, I want to show up here. I want to see if I can do it. Okay. All right, go practice, folks. All right, thanks for joining us here at the Smart Couple Show and Podcast. I want to give you an action step real quick to just go write down 3 needs you have. I need touch. I need hugs before and after work. I need connection 50% of the time in my relationship. I need date nights. I need to sleep in the same bed and feel close. I need sex more frequently. And then the two of you then ask yourself, ask your partner, are you up for meeting these needs? Start to have that conversation. Okay. All right, cool. Great. We will see you next time. And thanks for tuning in here live with us and also the recorded version. To leave us questions in the future, please go to the Ask Jayson part of my website, JaysonGaddis.com. Ask Jayson, Jayson. Okay, either way, that's a good place. You can speak your question, okay? And then you can also email us a question to info@JaysonGaddis.com and make it really clear. Question for podcast. Question for podcast. And then we'll make sure we get to it at some point, okay? And I really appreciate your curiosity here. And as always, if you want to take a deeper dive, right, I'm just scratching the surface here. Sign up for the Relationship School Roots community. Come take the class you never got in school next fall. We start in September. It's a 9-month class, just like a college course. Okay, fall semester, spring semester, lots of video classes, audio classes, homework, a community, an amazing community of people like you that want to grow and learn. Okay, so there's lots of places you can plug in here to really get this stuff dialed. All right, cool. Have a beautiful rest of your day, morning, evening, and we'll talk soon.